Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Laurel Ridge Community College Day. We are back on the Zooms with Guy Curtis, Director of Marketing for Laurel Ridge Community College. He has brought along Christine Kriz. She is Director of Corporate Training for Laurel Ridge Workforce Solutions. Our topic today is the AI Summit that is happening on April 1st. So because of that, Professor Corinne Hoisington is joining us from Central Virginia Community College. And Guy Curtis, I was telling you, I've told you for the last couple of months that we've teased this AI Summit coming. How excited I am about this. And it's finally here.
Yeah, it's a very exciting thing. Laurel Ridge Community College has been leading a statewide effort around AI and participating in a year-long institute with the American Association of Colleges and Universities. And we're also contributing to our local strategic AI plan with the Virginia Community College system. So we're doing a lot of effort to bring this event together. Locally, also, just some more background, we've launched our own initiatives to form a work group, developing college-wide policies. We've also been offering professional development for our own staff throughout the year. We had an all-college day event last September with a great in-house speaker led by Christine Kriz and the corporate training team. So part of all this work throughout the year, we've had a major result come forward, which is the Laurel Ridge AI Summit. It's going to be hosted on April 1st, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. event, where we hope to bring AI education and the workforce innovation directly to the region through this event. So it's definitely a community-oriented event. We'll have a lot of local employees there, but also we're looking for local leaders to come forward, small business owners, anyone who is looking to leverage AI in new ways, but also connect with local leaders. It's a great place to do that.
It is happening on April 1st. I also love that it's only from 8 a.m. to noon, because if it had been all day, I might have had a struggle to be able to clear an entire day. So I love the 8 a.m. to noon. How do people register? Do they have to register in advance? Give me some of those details before we jump in the weeds.
Yeah, visit laurelridgeworkforce.com and you'll find an overview of the speakers and content for the day. It's a simple authorization to bill form that we complete through your business organization. It's $224 per person, but visit laurelridgeworkforce.com to find out more details, but also call us at 540-868-7021 to learn more details. But you need to know why to come first. So we have two great speakers here to help us out.
Christine, before we talk to Professor Hoisington, the core of what you do as Director of Corporate Training for Workforce Solutions is education. It comes in a lot of forms. So it really does make sense that this would be something that Workforce Solutions would get behind and want to educate our local employers, employees, and just regular people about, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Janet, one of the things that we've been hearing with the over 40 companies that we work with each year is that AI is coming and some people are more educated about it than others. They don't know what to do with their employees or policies around it, and they just want to learn more about it. So we thought, why not do an AI summit and invite folks to come learn from an expert and figure out how to have a plan with AI, because it's here. It's not going away. How do we use it at our companies as an advantage?
Professor Hoisington, tell me a little bit about your background. How did you end up becoming that AI expert? Because I want to be you when I grow up.
Well, I hope you don't sleep much. This AI is already moved in and has organized the furniture. Has it not? So, hey, let me tell you who I am. I am a professor at Central Virginia Community College. And just to give you some geography, that's in Lynchburg, Virginia, y'all. Now, I don't only teach, although I love connecting with my students. I travel around the world and present for little companies like Microsoft. I've had the opportunity now to present in over 100 countries in person, all 50 states. And I also write books for companies like National Geographic and Cengage Learning. I've actually written a new book called AI, A Business Perspective. I want to be in the epicenter of this AI revolution. I want to advocate for a future where AI doesn't replace people, but empowers them. I hope to give a master class into the transformative power of AI assisted life, business, and education, proving that the right tools and a forward thinking mindset will help us inspire this new generation to achieve the impossible. How's that sound?
I love it. I'm in. Sign me up. I'll go back to a couple of years ago before AI was as ingrained as it is with many of us now. I had a guest on the show and he was talking about using AI. He was a nonprofit. He was talking about using AI to help him write his grants, and he asked me if I had been using it. And at the time I hadn't. I'm like, I know it's out there. I've got all the apps, but I don't even know what I would use it for. What do I need it for? And he rattled off this list. Well, you could use it for your show notes and you could use it to help you do this. And here, let me show you how it works. And he crafted a description of the Valley today, all the things that I didn't know I needed until he pointed them out to me. I think in a nutshell, that's what people need to know about AI. They don't even know what they need it for until they start to play around with it.
Absolutely. I think AI is for every day. And what I mean by that is I think everyone should start off just with their home use. Let's say you have friends coming over Friday night for a dinner and you want to do something, well, unique. Maybe a specialty meal or who knows, a dessert on fire. Maybe we could look at AI to type in what we have. Maybe take a picture of the inside of our refrigerator and pop that and say, what can I make with this? And then move it into, once we're comfortable with it, into our professional lives because I think we don't understand the power here. And you say, well, it's the same as Google. It's really not. It's like having a brilliant friend who knows absolutely everything and actually can tell you it kindly. I think AI is leveling the playing field of every industry. I mean, like 100% of industries. So if you say, well, it's not going to change XYZ, I think it can. I have even seen that some of the pastors around Virginia and rabbis and everything are now using AI to come up with some examples for their message. I think educators are finding new ways to meet the student where they're at and the level they're at, and just to be a little more creative. I think it helps us to kind of look outside the box. So I think we can achieve so much more with the scale and the speed, but really focus on keeping humanity in play. Don't you see that as important, Janet?
That is going to be the one thing that can never be replaced. And I say that too over and over again. You're always going to need that human component, that human
Yeah.
touch. You're going to need empathy. You're going to need understanding. You're going to need all of these things that we as humans bring to the table. We can just do it in a more efficient and cost effective way if we're using AI to get to that endpoint.
Yeah, I really think AI transform or can transform the relationship between people and technology. And a lot of people are like, this sounds too hard. Well, on April 1st, we're going to find free tools that can charge our creativity and skills and beyond simple. I don't want you to think this is like a robot apocalypse. I think people are afraid of things that they don't understand.
I
I
will
want you
say
to,
though, whenever I
yeah,
use any of my chat GPTs, I use my manners. I say please and thank you because should that ever happen, I want them to remember that I was nice to them.
absolutely. I saw that movie Terminator years ago,
Right?
and I am going to make sure we save our sorry lives by being kind here. I just think it's a tool for a better future. I really do.
The other thing that I don't think people realize is they've been using AI for a very long time and
Yes.
don't even know it. Autocorrect has been around forever, and that is a form of AI. Our Shark robot vacuum cleaners that map our houses are using AI. Some of the things that they're using already are AI driven, which I hope maybe makes them think, oh, okay, maybe this isn't as scary as I thought. And then
Yeah.
they'll sign up to come to the summit and learn even more.
Let me give you an example. Most everyone has a car. Almost every dealership is getting this new AI kind of drive-through machine. Let me tell you what it does. In the state of Virginia, we have to get once a year our inspection done, right? Those 30 points. And they always say in an hour or less, never works out that way for me. Well, I want you to imagine Chevrolet and Toyota and all these different dealerships, and even some of our local folks who have their own shops are getting this device that you just roll in exactly 30 seconds. It checks 150 different things that are visible underneath the car. Is your oil leaking? How are your tires doing? What do those brakes look like? How are the dings? And the next time you even, let's say, buy a used car, it's hard to get that into the dealership to check it out. Why not just roll in 30 seconds and get a list? And I believe the computer may be a little bit more than the mechanic that might have skin in that game who tells me maybe those tires should be replaced. What do you think?
I think that would be amazing. And
It's already out there.
Let's talk for a second about the fact that, like you mentioned, it's not going to look at me as a female bringing in my car thinking, oh, I've got a mark. Here comes somebody that I can upcharge. It's also not going to take that hour when I've got other things to do and kids to pick up from school and a meeting to get to, all of these other things. It also checks a lot of other boxes if you even just take out what the actual act is that it's doing for me.
Yeah, and better for the businesses too. Don't forget, they only make very little money off those state inspections or checking that car out. They still will open the hood and kick a tire or two. But I think important to the game, not just one aspect. We're going to share hundreds of examples of how every industry can be more innovative moving forward. Think about it. We have some people who are always going to do things how we've always done things. But maybe your company wants to grow. You want to come up with some new solutions, save people some money. Honey, let me tell you, AI is in the game to help us out. Hey, Guy, what do you think about getting your car checked out that way? Would you do it?
I think it's great. I'd pull into one right now to figure out why my gas mileage is not working. Is it something mechanical or alignment that needs to be done? I think that would save us a tremendous amount of time. And I like what Jana was saying with our busy parent schedules. I think the neat thing about AI technology is that it's not necessarily replacing jobs altogether right away,
No.
but it's the folks who are in those positions, like the mechanic who's working to do that AI inspection. You still need a person to be there to facilitate it. So I think that's a key thing to remember as well.
And they can do even more business, bringing in more profit. I think AI's promise is extraordinary. It can help solve problems that have challenged humanity, well, for decades, improving health outcomes, advancing education, and unlocking new opportunities throughout Virginia for economic growth. Hey, let me share one more example. We as women, men could too, often need mammograms as we turn, well, a certain age. And the next time you have a mammogram, can I ask everyone in our audience today to consider something? I want you to say, I know the doctor will be looking at my films, but is AI looking at them as well? You say, why AI? AI has been fed every mammogram throughout the world without our names attached and seen the progression much earlier on than the doctor could see. In other words, what did that cancer start at maybe 3-5 years in advance? Now AI has been trained on those models and it can detect breast cancer up to 5 years before we or our doctors can see it. I have 3 sisters with breast cancer. I don't have breast cancer yet, but I almost feel like I need to say it that way. So I see AI as extending our life as well. What do you think, Janet?
I think you're 100%. Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk about that a little bit more and how that then translates to what Guy Curtis was talking about, in that you need to be trained. You need to make sure that your employees are ready for this. There are going to be new jobs that are created and old jobs that are changed. Can we talk about how you'll address that in the summit in the next segment?
Absolutely.
We are on the Zooms today for Laurel Ridge Community College Day. Guy Curtis is joining us. He is Director of Marketing for Laurel Ridge Community College. Christine Kriz on the Zooms with us as well. She is Director of Corporate Training for Laurel Ridge Workforce Solutions. Professor Corinne Hoisington from Central Virginia Community College is going to be the featured keynote speaker at the Laurel Ridge AI Summit happening on April 1st from 8 a.m. to noon. We're going to get more details about that when we come back in just a couple of minutes.
United Way of the Northern Shenandoah Valley is inviting nonprofits to help map the region's nonprofit safety net. If your organization serves Winchester City, Frederick, Clark, Warren, Shenandoah, or Page counties, we encourage you to take our regional nonprofit survey. The information collected will help identify gaps, support collaboration, and inform community leaders and funders. The survey takes about 30 minutes and is available at unitedwaynsv.org.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Laurel Ridge Community College Day. We are on the Zooms with Guy Curtis. He is Director of Marketing for the college. Christine Kriz on the Zooms with us as well. She is Director of Corporate Training for Laurel Ridge Workforce Solutions. We've been chatting as well with Professor Corinne Hoisington. She is from Central Virginia Community College and the keynote speaker for the Laurel Ridge AI Summit that is coming up on April 1st, 8 a.m. to noon in the Corone Community Development Center. And I want to come back to you for a second, Professor Hoisington, and talk a little bit about these three different topics that you're going to cover. So first thing in the morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., you're doing, I love this name, In the Blink of AI, which I think is so cool and kind of a nice twist on everything. But charting a course for Virginia's AI-powered future. That's the intro. I think you referenced it as a few minutes ago.
First, I want to make sure that we're not talking about coding or something that no one can relate to. This is really for everyone. And what I'm going to start with is a lot of people might have heard of, let's say, ChatGPT, but there are actually other free tools out there that are really easy to use. So we're going to look at kind of the state of our Virginia Economic Union. We're going to take a look at how we can power Virginia on doing things a little bit differently. What does that look like in the classroom so that we can level that playing field? And how our intelligence is what makes us human. Think of AI as just an extension of that quality. It forces us to focus on the ideas that matter than just how to plug it in. And I'll also give you tons of examples of how we might look at things different in an AI-powered world. It's definitely happening in the blink of an AI.
And then after that, your next segment is navigating the AI revolution, adapting your career path for the future of work. That's something we were talking about right before we went to break. Careers are going to look a little different as we move into the future.
Yeah, I think more quickly than any of us might imagine. I don't want us to be afraid, but I also want to poise our students, our kids at home, for maybe what to look at as what pathways are going forward. I'm going to be sharing that there are really three types of jobs that are always AI proof, and they're not an exact title. The first one is called an imagination worker. People who think differently at work, have those creative ideas to do things in a different fashion. AI can help us do that. Think of them as the inventors, the people who are kind of the leaders out there. So regardless of what your company is, I think you can be an imagination worker and a parent too. And the second is skilled workers. And when I say skilled, I want you to imagine electricians and plumbers and even nurses. There's never a same day that shows up twice. You never know what you're going to walk in and how you're going to figure out those solutions. Well, AI does not do a good job with that. So skilled workers are really going to be a great focus. And our community colleges can provide those skills, by the way. And the third, I know you're curious, the third one is what we call an emotional worker. And you're like, I'm not emotional. Janet, you actually are. Let me explain. And so am I. And so is Christine and Guy. What this means is how a human connects with another human. Educators, nursing, any of these different areas, we need that. We saw what happened during COVID when we didn't have some of that human connection. And Janet, you do such a good job with your audience who's listening right now with making that human connection, even when they can't see our faces. Pretty cool?
It is cool. And I think people overlook that part. I think that's the part they're afraid is going to go away. And they haven't quite wrapped their heads around the fact that it's going to be needed more than ever.
Exactly. And our third hour is
creativity in the workplace and in the classroom, which is what I'm super excited to hear you talk about.
According to the World Economic Forum in 2026, they're now saying the number one skill that employers are now looking for aren't the old typical ones. No, you still need them. communication, being on time, putting your best foot forward. But number one this year is actually creativity. How can you think through a problem in a different fashion to be able to solve it, sometimes with limited funding, to do things differently? So, we're going to show you how to supercharge your creativity and combine that with humanity. We've got to make sure that we always are double checking what AI does. If you played with AI very early on, you're like, makes tons of errors. And I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's gotten so much better. But we always need to watch it for bias. And nowadays, we're going to show you some tools well beyond ChatGPT that give you references, that can give you hundreds of ways that we can verify the information. And that's, well, humanity in play.
And that's one of the most important pieces because I fear that too many people will do just that. They'll go to ChatGPT, they'll type in something, it'll give it the output that they maybe haven't correctly asked for. And then they take that and they run with it. And it's not necessarily right information. And they don't know how to go verify. So being able to use that process all the way through is going to be incredibly valuable.
And we're going to be making not just text response, we're going to type in a prompt that instantly makes you an infographic for your company in beautiful colors. We're going to create a PowerPoint slide deck in seconds with original images, 20 different slides, all digging into whatever topic you need or product that you want to scale. And we'll even make some instant videos. That would be great for social media, for a local company, or just a little bit fun. Or maybe even for a toddler, putting down their bedtime story into video just to make the process a little smoother. Anyone interested?
Get that kid to sleep a little early and a little easier is always a win.
So I've never seen a topic that can really change every facet of our lives. And I hope you're seeing that. And I am going to be very gentle, making sure everyone feels comfortable. I won't geek out on anyone. Sound fair?
That works.
I'm going to be asking people from the audience, tell me what you do. We'll be making slides for them, images for them, videos for them, and I will share all my secrets. How's that sound?
Christine, how excited are you for this? Because you're going to get to sit in that room and see all of these faces with light bulbs going off.
I can't wait. This is so exciting. And no matter what position you have in a company, I am sure there are tasks that you could automate or that you could get help with. Your efficiency and your speed at which you get stuff done could be so much faster and better and more accurate. Just so excited. So no matter what job you hold at your company, this could apply to you. And in fact, you could become the expert at your company on AI. And if you own a company or you're a high-level manager, you really need to be on top of this because it can really take your organization to the next level. So we highly encourage you to come. It's going to be a great morning. And as you heard Corinne say, we're going to learn so many neat things. So please join us. You don't want to miss this.
The other cool part, too, is all of those people, if they're parents, it's going to be doubly informative for them because they're going to be able to go home and talk to their high school kids about what kinds of career paths are out there for them. They're also going to get to sound maybe smarter than their kids for a change, which is never a bad thing.
I agree. And I think, like Christine said, to take care of those repetitive tasks that aren't our favorites in our worlds, so we can focus on what we love doing. I got to tell you something personal. And boy, now I'm letting the cat out of the bag. I don't like paperwork. Don't tell anyone, please. But I get my AI paperwork out of the way, have my emails replied to so I can just read them over and sprinkle a little Corinne in them so I can focus on the tasks that I love doing, those creative moments. Right, Christine?
That's exactly right. So don't miss this, folks. It's going to be an amazing day. And our hope is that we can help make your job easier, that you can find the career path for you or your kids that is best for you. And we hope you will join us.
Guy Curtis, how do they do that? Where do they go to register? Walk me through those details one more time.
Yeah, sure. Visit laurelridgeworkforce.com, search AI Summit, or simply visit laurelridgeworkforce.com/AI Summit to find the event details. It's going to be April 1st at the Corin Community Development Center at the Middletown campus of Laurel Ridge. And it's a $224 per person, a well worth investment for the AI technology and the tips and tricks. Gosh, the things I've heard today of the value there alone, I can't imagine what we're going to see there in person that day. So if you have questions, I want to talk to a person about the event itself, please call 540-868-7021, and our office teams can answer some of those questions that you have.
Professor Horsington, I am really looking forward to meeting you in person because, again, Zoom is a great AI tool, but it is not the same as being able to shake your hand and look at your face when I say, oh my gosh, did you know? So I am looking forward to doing that at the summit on the 1st of April.
Ditto. You don't know if I'm 3 feet tall or 6 feet tall. We'll find out.
The only thing that you can know for sure about me is that orange is my favorite color. And Christine, I'm looking forward to seeing you. I haven't seen you in person in a while either. So this is going to be a great morning to catch up.
I can't wait to see everyone here. It's going to be a great day. Please don't wait to register. The spots are filling up quickly, so don't wait.
Right, Curtis, will I see you again next month, or are you going to let Brandy win the arm wrestling contest and come back and do the show?
She might be, I know she's been working out, so maybe she'll win next month, but I'm sure we'll have something great, another program to announce or initiative that we're talking about, such as AI. So thank you for having us today. We're super excited to be on the show.
So this is normally the part of the show where I say I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today. And that's what I said when I recorded this show last week. However, there has now been a scheduling change, and the high school basketball state championships are now happening tomorrow and on Saturday. Tomorrow, Clark County girls are taking on Union at 12:30 p.m. So Ryan Rutherford will have the call for that just a few minutes after noon. So there will be no Valley Today episode on the air tomorrow. So have a great weekend, and I will meet you back here on Monday with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, just a few minutes after noon. So meet me here then.